I can't believe we're here filming again. It feels like yesterday that we batched film videos,
Yeah.
and today's a new day.
Here we are again, ready to teach you guys some more real life American English.
Yes, and today we're going to do a video that will help you sound more natural in English, like native speakers do.
Yes. Yes. I think it'll be good. I think these are tips you might not get in the classroom because, well, teachers sometimes don't like to teach these kind of things.
And we're talking about things like filler words, linking sounds, tone, and rhythm in this video.
And don't worry, we will let you know what each one of those are
Yes.
as we go through the video.
Before we get started, if you don't know, my name is Camille and I'm an online English teacher.
And I'm Calvin, and I'm her husband.
He's in a lot of these videos with me, which makes it more fun. So I write books. I've written a lot of books for all levels, and you can find these storybooks, dialogue books, grammar books, all of them on my website as a PDF or on Amazon. So they're a great tool to help you improve your English.
We did get a comment saying that they would have liked to see some, I guess, samples of the books. And we
Okay.
actually do have sample stories on our website. So if you go to the website, the homepage, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a lot of sample stories or dialogues with audio. So you can check that out. LearnEnglishWithCamille.com.
Perfect. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to talk about what filler words are first and how to use them. So, filler words are basically the small words or sounds we use when we pause, think, or we're in a conversation.
Yeah, I actually really like these words when I'm learning another language, and I listen for them in, for example, like Spanish or when I was learning Turkish. There's these words that actually really help you as a language learner because a lot of times you're thinking about what to say, and you can kind of use these words as kind of like a split second to give your mind new vocabulary.
And if you just rewind this for 30 seconds, you'll hear Calvin say like all of them.
Yeah, there you go. I'm here to be the living example.
He says you know a lot, and I say like a lot. And if you hear people say those are the words that we're talking about. So I was going to do a sample conversation using them, but I think we got it covered by just speaking.
Maybe rewind it and listen to how many I use.
Exactly. And I think you don't want to overuse them. So we hear people sometimes overusing these words, and every other word is a filler word. So that's not what we're going for. We're going for just natural sounding speech in the day to day, just like we're doing here.
Yeah. Unfortunately, natives like me sometimes use these filler words as we're thinking. So we use them too much sometimes. So
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Well, let's just have them practice a few. Let's do some examples. So you could say, I don't know. Now you practice saying that. I don't know. What about the next one?
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, so now you practice that. The filler is I mean. I mean, it's okay. The next filler is you know.
My favorite.
You should do that one too.
That's true.
Your turn.
That's true.
And this one I think I say a lot, which is like. It was like really fun. Your turn. It was like really fun.
Yeah.
How did you guys do? Did those feel a little weird? At least you know now when you're speaking with natives, if you hear those words, it's like what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on to the second part, which is linking sounds.
Linking sounds are super important. Native speakers use them all the time, and they're super important to get to a level of fluency in your language learning. And so we'll go over some of these examples just to give you an idea.
Mm-hmm. Basically, they're English reductions and things like that. We just link the words together.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you becomes
Whatcha.
or
Whatcha.
yeah. You can say, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Or you can say,
What you doing?
exactly. You can say, going to, I'm going to call you. Or you can say,
Gonna.
I'm gonna call you. You can say, want to, I want to come over. Or you can say,
Wanna.
I wanna come over. You can say, did you hear that? Or you can say,
Did ya?
did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And we can say, let me in, or we can say,
Let me in.
let me. So those are some examples. We have done 2 videos now with reductions. If you
Lots of
want more on
reductions.
that, because
Yeah, they're a good thing to practice and go over.
and we use them all the time as natives.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't I say a fast phrase, Calvin, and you can see
I'll
if-
translate it.
Yeah. Okay. Did you finish your homework yet?
Did you finish your homework yet?
Perfect. So exactly like he broke it down. Did you finish your homework yet? Did you finish your homework yet?
Mm-hmm.
So should we practice this like slow with you guys, maybe medium and fast, just to improve your level of fluency? Do you want to do the slow one?
Sure. Did you finish your homework yet?
I'll do the medium one. Did you finish your homework yet? Fast.
Did you finish your homework yet?
How are you guys doing? Where are you at? Are you the slow, medium, or fast? It doesn't matter, but you will hear natives always doing the fast one. So that's why we want you to be more familiar with these. So we're moving on to the third part of the video, which is tone, which is how you say something. So in this case, it's not about the words, it's not about the speed, it's just how you're saying something.
Yeah, and again, I think your native language has tone or intonation where you can express a certain emotion by how you say something.
Exactly. So it shows feelings. You're happy, you're surprised, you're sarcastic, you're angry. So maybe we should just use some tones with the word, for example, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That was a very flat tone. Just not much excitement in there.
That might have been even on the negative side of okay.
Exactly. Or, oh my gosh, you should learn with my book. Okay. Okay. Like I'm more excited about it.
Yeah.
Did I sound excited?
Yeah,
Hope
you
so.
sounded really excited.
Okay.
Or like, oh, did you hear that America put a man on the moon? Or the United States put a man on the moon? Okay.
That's more like doubting or sarcastic.
Yeah.
And then if you're like annoyed or angry, maybe say something and I'll answer.
I didn't do the dishes today.
Okay. I am pissed
Oh
off.
man, I am going to sleep on the couch tonight.
We are ending this video and he's going, do the dishes. Okay?
Okay. That's the fearful one.
Yeah. We're just trying to get you to hear the different tones with one word.
Yeah.
So should we do one more word? Like, really?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay. So if you're surprised, I just launched a new book today.
Really? That's awesome.
I actually did.
Yes.
It's my first children's book. I am
Yes.
really serious. I really did. So that's my serious, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe sarcastic.
We're going to sell a gazillion copies of the book.
Really?
Maybe a little less.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, perfect. So changing your tone, you guys, it goes a long ways in communication. Again, it's not about the word, It's about your tone and how you're expressing yourself with other people. I hope that little practice was helpful. We're going to move on to the last part of the video.
Let's do it. You guys are doing great.
I hope they're still here with us.
If you are,
Write
like
in
the
the
video.
comments. Let
Write in
us
the
know.
comments.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Okay, so what is like rhythm and stress?
Rhythm is like the flow of your speech in English. I think, when I think of rhythm or flow, I really think of actually Spanish because, well, it's so different than English. The rhythm and flow is much more different, and it also changes depending on where you're from. And I think it's the same for English. Your rhythm and flow in English can change, say, if you're from New York versus California.
That's true. It is true. And in every sentence, we stress the important words to help the listener understand. So I stress the word stress in that one. And you're wondering, like, well, where do I stress the words? So generally, we stress the main content words like nouns, the main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. So, for example,
She bought a new car yesterday.
so the stress on that was bought. If I'm wanting you guys to know the car that I bought was new, we would stress she bought a new car yesterday. New. So we just say it a little longer and a little louder when we stress words.
Yeah, and I think a lot of this is by feeling and how you are communicating, right? But when you're speaking, you want to get past the sort of monotonous or like monotone English, like I bought a new car yesterday, as you're thinking through the words in your head, you'll get to the next phase, which is like, oh, I'm trying to express myself in a more deep way, I guess, to communicate better.
That's great, Calvin. Perfect.
Thank
So
you.
we normally don't stress function words, like articles, the, a, prepositions, pronouns, he, she, or auxiliary verbs. So you're not going to hear like she bought a or she bought a new car. It's even hard for us to even do that stress because
Yeah.
it's not natural at all. So she bought a new car yesterday. So I would stress bought and new in that case.
I would say the only way you would is if you're like correcting something. Like bought a new car? No, she bought the new car. And so it's kind of you're showing a contrast between the and a. Like one is more, I guess, specific and one is more general.
Yeah. Well, let's just do a couple examples. We hope you're not confused by this. This is advanced, and it'll come more with time, more with practice. I think a good exercise is even just trying to listen. I just stress listen. Listen to videos, listen to series and native speak, and hear what words are they stressing. So do you want to read this example, and I'll see what words you wanted to stress and also see if they can identify them as well.
I want to go to the store.
So hopefully you guys heard want. He's stressing want. So she didn't tell me the truth.
I would say, yeah, didn't. There's a little bit of stress on truth.
Yep,
but,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, the noun. So didn't, the verb, and truth. She didn't tell me the truth.
What are you doing later?
Okay, so I think what and doing.
Yeah.
The stress. Yeah. It's actually tricky to do in examples because we just do it naturally in our day-to-day speech. We don't think about what we're going to stress. We just speak. And it's something that comes to language learners a little bit later sometimes.
Remember just to, stress means to kind of lengthen that word a little bit longer and people will understand. And maybe even change the volume just a tiny bit higher. And that will help you, put the stress on the word that you want to communicate the stress on.
Yeah, Perfect. We can do another example. Okay, so let's do just one more example. I'll say it with more of like a normal tone, and then Calvin can do it with more of a stress tone, just so you guys can hear the difference. So, I want to go to the store.
I want to go to the store. Kind of sounds like an angry child.
Yeah, they want candy or something. I want to go to the store. But exactly, it just changes it up a little bit. And I think it's not boring, right? Because we're stressing words, we're expressing emotion,
Yeah.
and I think it's a good thing. So practice at home, practice stressing those certain words that you want to say, and it'll become more and more natural.
So, how did you do? What part was the hardest for you? Was it stressing words or was it connecting words together? What's hardest for you? Let us know in the comments.
Yes, you guys, thank you again so much for watching, so much for being here. We appreciate you so much, and we hope that you found this class to be useful, and we hope that you have more confidence as you're learning English. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.